What's the worst thing that you would wish on someone? Seeing their pet prefer someone else over them. Their device would constantly search for Wi-Fi. And when it connects, it would work for about 10 seconds and then the Wi-Fi connection would drop. Total empathy. Total memory. They feel every iota of what the person they wronged felt. No matter how unintended. And they feel it for every time anyone felt they were wronged by them. And total memory means they can never forget. It's always as fresh and painful as the day it happened. And only a random thought away. They will never find a comfy position. Besides once. And once they do find that just right spot, their arsehole will itch quite badly. That their sleeves get wet whenever they wash their hands. No exceptions. Wet socks for eternity. A permanently freshly stubbed toe. Their wired headphones getting caught on any doorknobs in their vicinity. For animal abusers. Being locked in a small jail cell. Which is then pumped full of the heavy smell of dog breath. A bad cough with explosive diarrhea. Leaky ass. Nothing on a full scale that qualifies as poop. But just enough to have to go home and change every single time. An extremely sore pimple on their eyebrow and inside their ears and nose. They will always have a little rock or a thorns in their shoes that they can never get out. I sincerely wish my ex-husband would accidentally zip his foreskin into his pants zipper once weekly. I don't wish him dead or anything. Just a little karmic revenge for putting it where it doesn't belong. To be hit with a +4 in Uno 3 times in a row. Stuck on hold with customer service. I would wish that my brother became infertile. With 3 women. He's produced 4 kids he's either never met or shown no interest in and refuses to take responsibility for them. Every day begins with a 1 in 3 chance they will stub their toe. On the days when the stub will occur, a secondary check is performed for damage. Rated 110. Baby shark playing over and over in their head for the rest of their life. Crippling anxiety. Just imagine permanently feeling as if you're being watched. Or constantly feeling a threat against your life. Anxiety so powerful you no longer sleep. Only worsening the situation until inevitable death. Immortality combined with locked-in syndrome. That's about as bad as I can imagine. All the sex traffickers to be raped with a hot metal dildo. And anyone who's a part of them. Sprayed by a skunk every day. Nothing they can do to escape it. As soon as they wake up. Boom. A skunk's rear is in their face and it sprays them to start the day. Their phone always dies right when they're about to charge it. Locked in a room with a floor of infinitely scattering Legos. If someone is rude to me, I will often wish that they stub their toe. The little pinky one. On the corner of something hard. Permanent swamp ass. You'll never be clean. Nightmares. Constant. Every time their eyes close to sleep. Vivid. Terrifying and traumatic. That no matter how much they shake the bottle or who puts it on their food that they always get the runny watery part of the ketchup. I wish billionaires would lose 99.9% of their wealth. They'd still be rich afterward. But not as crazy stupid rich. And in the end the love you take is equal to the love you make. I do not wish ill on people, they are free to sink their own ships with their own actions. For their loved ones to start treating them the way they treat others. Random. Uncontrollable and extreme orgasms. Every time they walk past a counter, they hit their hip on the edge. Them stuck in a relationship with me. No. Wait, that might actually be too much as well. Covered deniers, people who willingly sacrificed others for the sake of temporary comfort to suffer and struggle until their very least labored breath. I hope you get what you deserve. Making them horny but unable to orgasm. Fatal familial insomnia. Intense chronic anxiety and depression. Being a prisoner in your own mind with no escape is torture. To see a spot or scratch on every screen that they can't remove or fix. Life. For my ex to understand what putting me through narcissistic abuse means. It's so hard to explain to anyone and esp to a narc. And I hate that I'm an empath with a pretty good memory. Makes it harder to further abuse. To be buried up to their neck and then have a box of bullet ants placed on top of their head. Oh wait. No. The bottom of their body is free to move about, but the box is locked onto their head so they can still thrash about. Every time they come to wipe, there's no toilet paper. That they fall down the stairs. It's a roll of the dice. They might bruise their bum. They might break their fucking neck. Let's find out. Immortality. Eat shit and live. Buddy. Eat shit and live forever. _ To pee on their phone. True story happened to someone I know. All the pores on their body now produce ferret-like musk. Dial-up internet connection. Forever. I didn't wish it. But I witnessed someone wish that an unborn child would be born with Down syndrome. The wisher said children with Down syndrome are the happiest children of all, it's the parents who suffer. Brutal wish. Horrible person. Never spoke with them again other than hello in passing, work-related. Death. Pain. Torture. Some people are literally making the world burn. Climate change. Many other problems, for personal gain when they are already incredibly wealth. Fuck them. I would wish terrible things upon them. Probably getting put through a wood chipper feet first. If not that, then rabies. Their toilet paper will always go under. For him to truly understand how much he hurt me. Slow and painful death and torture. For those that wronged me, I'd wish them a loveless life and for them to die alone. Being stung by exactly 10,232,010 wasps and then watching every episode of Sesame Saint. On repeat if they are an adult. Paper cut between the fingers at the moment they are about to fall asleep. Toothache. They forever be 5 minutes late to everything. Everything. Welcome to hell, chief. All the bad things in life happens to them and nobody else. Total paralysis below the neck. And a life of 120 years after the paralysis. I know this sounds highly specific, but hear me out. Being detained by the Chinese police for suspicion of doing weed. Doesn't need to be true. Doesn't even need to the person they were looking for. They take your phone and passport. Not allowed to leave for hours at a time. The fear you have. I can explain more, but you get the point. Someone who says I exaggerate my multiple sclerosis symptoms. I wish it on you so you can see how big of an idiot you are. That every step they take, a block of Lego temporarily appears beneath them. A crying newborn that won't sleep at night. You know when you're minding your own business and something brushes against your skin. And you panic for a second thinking it's a bug before realizing it's just a strand of hair? But in that moment of panic, your body gave you an adrenaline rush and now you're itchy all over thinking about the non-existent bug. And then you basically live through the rest of your day on high alert. That. For eternity. That they are given something so they can't pass out from the pain. And then have someone peel their skin off them with a carrot peeler. Slowly. For a man. Every time he pees. The zipper snags on his old chapter. Pillows with no cold side for the rest of their lives. I hope you die cold and alone. That they find out their significant other cheated. And the child they love isn't theirs. Don't know how that could work with a woman. But you get the idea. Incessant anal itching. The law of Sideshow Bob. No matter where they are. When they turn around abruptly, they step on a rack and it smacks them in the face. Wet socks. Any socks they wear get permanently drenched in water. Everything you eat is strawberry flavored. That moment right before a sneeze. Forever. Permanent erectile dysfunction. Both arms in plaster. Being alone at home and heavy diarrhea. Arsehole drivers getting their cars totaled. But them not getting hurt. And there is no insurance payout to replace it. Nut. I have thought to separate from my mother because she's just disgusting and annoying at me and she is very diplomatic and shortly a mid-psycho. To be tortured by a Brazilian gang. If you saw gossip Reddits you'll know what I'm talking about. Being conscious while someone shits in their lungs. May you always have a Lego in whatever shoe you put on and may your hot pocket always be cold in the middle. Losing all senses except for taste. Terrible night's sleep every night. Transported to the back rooms. Loneliness. That they get explosive diarrhea every single time they finish a shower. For them to slide down a 100-meter slide of razor blades. And fall into a giant 2 meters deep pool of lemon juice. They SHLD be made immortal. And when they reach the pool, they'll stay there for 15 seconds before being teleported to the top of the slide again. They won't die. But they will hunger for food and their wounds won't heal. So basically sliding into a pool of lemon juice endlessly. Eternal suffering. I am an atheist. Their rice and pasta are always just slightly undercooked and crunchy. And their garlic bread is always burnt. Middle in a human centipede. Hit his little toe while he is walking on Lego stones.